Welcome back to Quinte Connection. Great to have Laura on the program. Of course, Connie Carson with a Belleville Memories update. Joining us from out east, but from the Quinte region, well known. She's been on this show before in lots of different facets with different hats, is Jeanette Arsenault, a composer and performer with this Buy Canadian push. We've never seen something like this before. Jeanette Arsenault's song, This Is My Canada, is making waves on YouTube, 500,000 plus views at this point. So Jeanette Arsenault joins us. So Jeanette, so great to have you back on the program. Was this an older song that's been rediscovered or a brand new song?
Yeah, good question, because songs usually have a shelf life, what they call. This one here I wrote 30 years ago with my passion for Canada in 1992, and then re-recorded it in 2017 for the Canada 150. And then now with the Buy Canadian Canada Strong, it's just taking off again. It's spreading its wings and flying right across the country and around the world.
How did you think people discovered it this time around? Was it kind of a Facebook post you brought up the last little while? How did it kind of take off again?
You know what? The beauty of this song that's really made me the proudest is it's a grassroots kind of, don't even want to say campaign because it's not official. I don't pay for ads. I don't pay for views. It's just people sharing it, discovering it, posting it. All of a sudden, people were posting it, even though they've heard the song hundreds of times, over the past few years. Canada Day is a really big one for the song. And it really did take on a life of its own. And I always say it's so Canadian, eh? It's just grassroots, people coming together, wanting to express their pride in being Canadian and living in Canada.
Where did you record this song, Jeanette, and kind of who helped you? Anyone else on your team help you get this one going?
Yeah, I originally recorded it in Ottawa. It was just me and a few vocalists. And then in 2017 for the Canada 150, I discovered a fabulous producer named Don Coleman, and he had some connections. Next thing you know, we've got David Clayton Thomas from Blood, Sweat and Tears, Liberty Silver, who was on the Tears Are Not Enough. And between them, they got, and also the Good Brothers in the Canadian Country Hall of Fame. Between them, they have 6 Grammys and 13 Junos. We had award-winning musicians lay down the tracks. We had a fabulous choir of multicultural young singers called the Young Singers out of Ajax, and a very well-known French Quebec, because that was important to us, that the song be bilingual. So Don brought the whole thing together, and almost unheard of in the music industry. Everything was recorded in 2 days. The tracks were laid, all the vocals were done, all the harmonies sung fully in English, fully in French, and then we patched together the bilingual version. So it was meant to be, I think.
These days, Jeanette, with this really taking off, what's the reaction you're hearing from fellow musicians? Because it's one thing to buy Canadian, but to a certain extent, we're being reminded just how much talent we have in this country, especially, music-wise.
That's a really good point. People are embracing this song, and my dream would be to have school children singing it, and choirs, and adult choirs, and junior choirs as well, and whatever musicians, whoever wants to take on the song and put on their own take. It's my gift to Canada. I mean, the big dream is for it to be sung by other people, other musicians, other choirs right across the country.
Heading forward to the future, Jeanette, do you have a plan to do another Canadian theme song?
Yeah, somebody told me I should be writing feverishly right now, Canada Strong, I Love Canada A. I have a lot of Canadian songs already written and released. One is called I Love Canada, It's Winter That I Hate, with my tongue firmly planted in my cheek, of course. I have another song, I'm a Canadian A. I wrote a couple of songs for the Canadian Olympic teams when I sang there in Salt Lake City and again in Athens. So I do have a Canadian themed CD or catalog of music, that I should say, but you can always add, absolutely.
What's your plans for 2025, Jeanette? Are you going to be doing some performances? What is it shaping up right now?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm kind of probably going to be focusing on This Is My Canada and doing everything that I can to spread the word internationally and nationally through the music school systems, through music programs and that sort of stuff. That's my kind of big focus. Be nice to have a big focus here in Belleville on Canada Day with that song. So maybe someone listening might have, some ideas of how to use it there. And I also do a tribute to my aunt, Jeanette Arsenault. So I have a French tribute show that they're in the middle of trying to book here in Prince Edward Island for next fall. So projects just are kind of coming my way, and I'm going to do my best to focus on This Is My Canada this year. I think its time has come.
Well, Jeanette Arsenault, congratulations. Wishing you safe travels back here to the Queen Region. Once again, composer and performer, This Is My Canada. You can find it on YouTube. Jeanette, before you go, where can we get the rest of your music? You've got a website still, right?
Yeah, JeanetteArsenault.ca. I have a YouTube channel, Jeanette Arsenault Music. And the actual official video is on my producer's channel on YouTube, and his name is Don Coleman. So just look for the one that now has 512,000 views. I'm over the moon. I can't tell you how thrilled I am that people are embracing this song to express their pride in being Canadian. Can I add one more thing?
Mm-hmm.
I like to say we may be divided by our differences, but we are even more strongly united by our love for Canada.
Good way to end the show. Once again, thanks to Laura, Connie Carson, and Jeanette Arsenault who joins us. That's another edition of Quinte Connection. Take care and we'll see you next time.